I'm SM Sith Lord, and every week right here on twitch.tv/Somnium Space, Friday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific, I do a 2-hour build stream, and you're in it right now. I'm lurking over here in the chat for the Twitch and in the YouTube, so much so that I need to mute myself over here so I don't have an echo. So in between clicking around on stuff in the builder here, I will be checking in on chat and trying to answer any questions that have to do with using the builder and how to create stuff here in Somnium Space. I've been building several buildings for over a year. And I do a building, at least one building, well, it's usually one building, every week. So I haven't done the math, but I've made a lot of buildings, sometimes more than one building. But today, I'm going to finish a build that I started last week. So if you're tuned in last week, we started this build right next to City Center, and this is going to be kind of like an event venue, but also there's going to be some video recordings and stuff happening there. So it's also going to be like a stage. So it has to be really functional for the live event, and it has to look awesome for the recorded videos. And the main focus is out here where most of the details are. However, today we're going to knock down this ugly stuff out here and turn it into something different for the intro area here. Now, the interesting thing here for the intro area, the challenge, is to make it look super awesome from afar, because this is the main section of the building. And also not to use too many parcel credits there, because while there needs to be something cool for the main structure, most of the parcel credits I want to come in and spend over here by putting more lights and more fancy stuff over here in the actual event area. Okay, so I only have a couple loose ideas of how I'm going to approach this today, and I feel like deleting a big chunk of stuff and just seeing how it goes. I didn't make a sketch, but I'm thinking the big wall that I have over on the right-hand side now, it's mirrored when I look at the webcam. When you're looking at the screen, the wall on the right-hand side, that long wall across the whole length of the building, that one, I think I'm going to keep that, but I'm thinking about tearing down the other wall and doing something different with the arches, and still having a side entrance. Now, the other thing that I could do is have a front entrance, which also might be cool. So let's start tearing some stuff down and seeing what new stuff works. Okay. These big things that turned, they're pretty cool, but I don't like how they turned out here. All these steps aren't needed. Okay. Let's do that. What kind of texture could we use here? We got stone arches, shiny metal arches, but I think I'm going to go with the plaster arches. Skinnier. And I need to be thinking of how they tie into the rest of the parcel more than I was when I made the original stuff here. So let's knock these down. And it's actually going to be the most challenging part, is where it ties in to this part of the parcel. It's a pretty good start that I have there with that facade wall. So I'll bridge that at the end. But for now, we're going to do some concept things here and see what works well. So right now I'm in the builder of Somnium Space. If you launch it on Steam, or if you get it from somniumspace.com, you get some options when you get to the launcher. This one's called PC Client. It's the one where you're going to come in here and by default, everybody has some test parcels in their list on the top left there for them to go build stuff on. This is easy mode, as I call it, because there's another way that you could build on your parcel using the Unity SDK, which is way more involved and could involve things like Cinema 4D or whatever other modeling tools you're familiar with. But today we're using easy mode, and we're going to utilize the primitives mostly, and also some of these props that you can spawn from the builder here to make something substantial in just this 2-hour period, if everything works out. The stage was substantial last time, but now we need the thing out here to be substantial. So I'm going to kind of walk you through the different shortcuts and methods that I'm using to create shapes here. Right now I'm going for a curved wall. And how do I do that? Well, much like if you zoom in on a circle in any game engine, it's not really a circle, it has edges along it. And I'm just manually defining those edges with these little segments. So I don't need to make a perfect radius on my turn, but I want to. But I could do irregular shapes. Like out here, I did an irregular radius, and it turned into these cool egg things that the people stand on, the judges. But out here, we're going to try to go with perfect bend. Okay. This is cool, but what if on the other side it was different? This might work out nice. First thing I need to do is get this in here and use it as like a spacer to how far away I want the other side. So I'm doing a lot of vertex snapping. Right now, I'm putting this long shape and I'm going to stretch it out across the whole width of the parcel here, specifically so I can snap to vertex on this other side. I'll show you what that means. I'm going to multi-select all these things. And when you hold down V, that's vertex snap mode. And I just drag it over to the vertex I want it to snap to. And now everything's perfectly aligned. Now I'm going to get weird with it and make it so it's not so perfectly aligned. And hope that it turns out artsy and cool looking. Modern, if not futuristic. No, that's not cool. Let's get cooler than that. Snap it there, and then stretch it across. That's more like it. That's more like what I was going for. Okay, now if I did a few of these shapes, perhaps staggered and a little bit different, it might turn out pretty abstract and cool looking out here. I just have to make sure it looks structurally sound enough to be believable. how will I bury the seam? Perhaps I'll just need to be so accurate that there is no seam. Perhaps. Perhaps not. But perhaps. So let's get this thing more closely aligned, and if I do it just right, it should perfectly line up. Theoretically, I'm not going to worry about it being perfect right away though, because I'm going to be making some changes to this shape that I'm making, and I want to understand those changes before I start manipulating things. Okay, that's looking good there. This needs to be extended a little bit more. See how perfect we can get this, or how near perfect. That's pretty near perfect. All right. Now what? How am I going to turn this into a building? There's a few ways. One way is to make some clones of it that shrink down smaller and smaller with each step and maybe funnel you into the place that it wants you to go. But that's not the coolest. Let's think fourth dimensionally here. Or at least three-dimensionally. Let's put a floor floating above this thing. That's a good start. That's in shapes. Let's do a block here. Make this thing square? Sure. That's square. So if we have a floating floor down there, what if we had two floating floors down there? It would be spaced out a little bit differently than that. But maybe they would be like that. That ain't so bad. I was thinking more having more just strips, but this could work out here. If the entrance is going to be on the side. Where is this entrance going to be? Because this thing is floating a little bit high. It's floating a little too high. So let's multi-select too much, then deselect stuff we don't want. Move it up and down to make sure we got what we want to do. Control Z to put it back. And then let's figure out how this is going to go. If this is pushed back like that, then we can have a front entrance for sure. kind of want to let more natural light through, so maybe something like that. But we'll throw some glass in there. Well, that looks pretty good. If I paint that a color, it still looks cool. Okay, so this green thing here isn't going to be so long anymore. It will still exist out here though. This wall is going to have to be adjusted where that brick wall is. And I still am not sure about the entrance, so let's get the entrance working. Okay, let's get some furniture out here so I can see the scale of everything. We're going to put a fence. No, not a fence. Furniture couch. There we go. How big is a couch? Ah, it's pretty big. Okay. How about a door? Oh, there's plenty of room out here. what is the platform out here going to look like, and where is it going to take you? That's what I need to figure out before I can extend that ramp out of that door and start making my entrance form. And because I've been using rotation snap this entire time, it's really easy for me to align something like this glass with the frame here, right where it needs to be to match the slope of the stuff next to it. Everything's, I believe, 15-degree increments. So that made things easy there. Well, if this is what I rolled with, I would still need something to tie it all together. So let's test this weird sloped pillar thing a little bit more to see if we like it. That looks pretty cool. Where are my steps going to be? These aren't the steps here, are they? What if the middle one was knocked out? Would that be the steps then? Or would the steps be out here? This could work because you could just walk up the side too. Let's see here. How about some type of awning for this entrance area? And what is going to be on this other side of the entrance area, and how's it going to tie in to the other thing? Let's see. Clicking, moving stuff around, and it's coming together. It's happening, it's happening. The awning is going to stop short of going all the way to that corner because this is the entrance. This thing right here. And you can walk straight up the side if you wanted to, but there is a ramp. Now I need to connect it with the inside, otherwise none of it makes sense. And after I get this connected, things will start coming together better. Right now everything looks like a mess. blue, yellow, red is what we're going for here. Let's see here. I don't think that's good. Not for that wall. I need to think of something different for that wall there. That wall should have a cool sign on it that tells you what's going on inside of the event. That wall should have a neon with an image on it. So a neon behind an image. Yeah. Well, let's see here. Do I want this thing to be straight or do I want it to be angled a little bit? Okay, that's looking a little better. Don't want to overuse the trees. I might remove some of the other trees. But let's get there. We're already 40 minutes in on this build, and I haven't made it my way back to the stage yet. Chill Money, what's up? Welcome back. I'm Holden McNeil, which is a character from Jane Silent Bob. I realize not everybody knows the characters from that movie. Actually, like 3 movies now. Okay, we're looking good here. This is going to be a sign. It's going to have an image on it over here. I should put a GIF in there as a placeholder until the actual image goes there. I'm going to go to Giphy to get my placeholder. Okay, let's search for billboard. That was a pretty generic term there. Instead, let's search for cyberpunk. Ooh, look at that. That could be our placeholder image. Copy image link. You snap by 15 degrees by holding control, I believe. There's a button up here that shows you all the shortcuts and the hotkeys, and I am pretty sure I do it so often that I don't even remember what button it is. Let me see. Yeah, it's control. It is left control is what I'm holding down as I snap around. And if you accidentally skew something all weird, you can delete the block and do it over again, or you can zero out the rotation parametrically over here, like that. Okay, let's paste this media in. Even though this is just placeholder media. Snapped at 15 degrees, so it lines up perfectly there. And almost ready to scale it out. Okay, so we have a cool area there that could have some information on there. The outside looks pretty nice. It's different, it's unique. We do have an intro, an entrance leading up to it. I'll take it. This couch should not be there. After you enter, then you're done hanging out in this area, which is going to look nicer on the sides because of this. Okay, you hang out in this area. And then you go into the event area. Let's see here. How am I going to tie the event area to the rest of it? I have a few parcel credits to do it. I need to think about optimization, such as with lights. I got a lot of lights to work with out here. So as long as I only spend about 8 parcel credits connecting my entrance area to the show area, I think that we're in good shape. So that's a challenge. Let's do it. The entrance being like like a show entrance. That's good. You walk out from behind the wall. The camera could be facing this way. You run around and it's like, hey, you're on. There needs to be a ramp up to this stage over there. Okay, let's get that in there. I have found 30 degrees is about the max that you want to be walking up comfortably in Somnium. So I usually snap to 30 here and then put my stairs based on that. However, here I'll probably just leave it as a ramp. You could run up there if you were trying to go onto the stage. There's also a place you can emerge from over here, even though this is kind of like the backstage area, which I should wall off now that I think of it. I should wall it off a little. It does look weird back there. But we're good on this side. All right, you're coming out. We need the transition from here to there. And what's that going to look like? Right there is the most troublesome spot. This area back here would look really cool with the light underneath it. That's what it was kind of designed for there. But I don't think optimization is going to allow for that, because we need that light over there on the stage area. Okay, bridge the gap. This is a big challenge here. This part threw me off when I made the initial structure out here last week. So we have a nice structure out here. Pretty nice. We got the entrance. Everything's good to go. We got the image. We just got to tie it into this thing here. So let's get to clicking. Okay, it's working out. Save, check it out in different lighting conditions. All right. Let's spend maybe five more parcel credits tying this in here. Let's go with the big old trees to tell people, hey, you're not supposed to walk here. As long as people don't accidentally fall down in the gaps. This is modern architecture here. Mind the gap. I might have to put some handrails there. I only want to spend a couple more parcel credits back here, though. And I want to spend those directing people where to go. I'm going to do that with a simple shape of a wedge, a triangle. I will turn it into. I'll make it the same color of the wall that I'm directing you to. Abouts. I'll probably have two of these. Go that way. And over here, go this way. No, not that way. This way. And one more directing you in. I suppose it would go over here. Okay, I think that'll do for the entrance. It almost does for this area, although we do need some kind of covering here. Coming out of this building, I believe. So we don't have such a big gap here. Okay. And maybe one pillar. One more block. One more block because it's killing me how this thing is aligned with those two beams. I need something more sane. I need something like this. People are gonna fall in that hole. Oof. Let's put glass in there. Because I guarantee you people are gonna fall into that hole if we just leave it like that. And the glass will look cool. Okay, we are bridged. Spent a few more parcel credits than I wanted to, but we're there. Click save here and see how it's looking at nighttime. We're about an hour into it here. We're going to focus the remaining time on the outside stage area, I believe. This would be a good place for a sign also on the outside. Put a background, a backdrop for the sign by creating a block that's grayish. Actually, I'll go with purple. Now that second disc behind the stage, I'm not so sure about that. Let me see what that's going to look like if we remove that. That's still pretty cool looking, and it's kind of cleaner. I don't know. Maybe there's more to look at when it's there. Let's get some details onto the stage here, and remember that we're going to need 50 parcel credits, so one of these lights would be removed if needed to be. Probably this one out here. Yeah, and I should just have that one removed anyways. Even though it does look cool with the backdrop light, we need those parcel credits for the screen that the presenter is going to put over here. Speaking of that, let's put a video there. Let me think here. I will put the website there. Websites and videos, I believe, are both in media and the same amount of parcel credits. So a placeholder for a website will also reserve enough space for a video. I'll put this over here against the wall. was looking for a generic poster that will be replaced eventually. Poster. Ooh, that's a nice brick wall. Okay, so the persons on the stage can have these cool things behind them, and I think the stage is what needs more work now. Not sure if we're going to be using the chairs or the podiums over here. We have the website in there and an image in there on the stage. That's good, but we need to make it look cooler when you're looking at the stage. Okay. Here's something we can do. We'll get a cylinder shape. Nice. Okay, and since I was able to achieve that snapping to 15-degree increments, I should be able to achieve a very similar effect over here. Okay. That's much better because now it ties in the previous box, the background box, with the foreground box. It does it with forced perspective because the background box is actually smaller, and we got the converging parallel lines is what's causing that forced perspective there. So this is looking good. I feel like I need to cap off the top of the stage here. we're getting pretty slim on parcel credits, but we do have some good images here as placeholders, so that's nice. Yeah, I need to cap off the top thing here. We don't have enough blue over there, so it does need to be blue. We got a little bit of blue, but we have the yellow and the red heavy over there, so we need some more blue to balance it out. Maybe even turn these curtains blue. Maybe not, they get kind of dark if they're blue. Alright. We're looking good here. We only have 3 parcel credits open here. So with the remaining parcel credits, I'm going to patch in some stuff to make sure that this has a good foundation, this building has a good foundation, and that it will look decent from in the water and also in the web client. That looks good. I won't bother adding stilts. I'll just use that one brush to make that happen there. That one shape. I kind of feel like putting a detailed prop in here, like a house plant or something like that would go a long way to break up the modernness of this. We need something that has a lot of detail. Let's see here. If I were to put one plant into here, where would it go? It's not bad. I like it. Let's see. Yeah, we're either going to go with this image back there or probably not that image. Instead, I want to put the Somnium logo up there. So to do that, I'm going to, let's see here, delete that one, upload that one, and then put it in here as media. Apply it to my media item, that way it's full bright. I don't have to worry about being dark. Scale it up some, and then this is going to be on top of where the judges sit. It is really fun to build buildings. Now, like I was saying early on, I build a lot of buildings. Each one is different. And a cool thing about building in Somnium, which goes along with, you know, if you build a lot of worlds, a lot of building, often you want to go back and you want to tweak a small thing that you have in your build. And if you're making like an add-on level for a regular game like Call of Duty or something, it's really hard to go back and make a little change after you've already published your creation. But in Somnium, the whole premise is built around this whole living world thing where you can go into the builder, you can make any kind of change, you can change the size of a tree, whatever, and then all you have to do is click upload, like I am now, and it updates what everybody has when they're walking around in the world. So if you're like me, when you build something for fun, you kind of work on it for years, on and off maybe, but it's not something that if you're just building it for fun, it's not something that's like, okay, it's finished, I'm never going to touch it again. You always want to come back and either change it because you have an improvement in mind that you want to apply to it, or an optimization, or you're tired of what you built last time, and just kind of like what I did in the beginning of this stream, you just knock down the stuff you're tired of and build something new. And it's not a big ordeal to click the button like I just did, save and upload, to sync it to everybody. So that whole community, single instance world, shared persistence, all of those keywords, it results in something pretty awesome. Now in here you only see the, ooh, I forgot some stuff there. I gotta throw some more stuff in here. Over here, you only see the one parcel that I'm working on. However, when you get into the world, as you guys probably already know, you're gonna see all of the neighbors and all of these little green parcel markings next to me. All kinds of stuff for so far. Like you'll literally be running in-game, multiple in-game kilometers just past all the stuff that's built. It's crazy. Okay, what I'm missing over here is the other side to this thing. It does not tie in well at all without it. So we need it. Easy peasy. Now I have 0 parcel credits to add any more shapes, but actually no, this is good. Oh, it looked like it extended more past. No, that's better. Okay, let me click save and re-upload that one. There's one of those small changes that I was mentioning. Just went over there, added one shape, and I'm gonna re-upload. Okay, so this parcel is parcel number 883. In just a moment, I'm going to load up this parcel in web to see how it looks and to set the elevation on it to make sure that it's nice to walk up on it when you're in the web parcel. After that, since I'm out of parcel credits, I can't come back here and add more. However, there is going to be some more tweaks that occur on this parcel. If you notice, the judges' seats, there's 3 chairs and there's 1 podium to stand at. Little marker on the floor. That's because we're not sure if we like the judges sitting or the judges standing yet. Like I said, there's going to be an event here that has to do with presentations and judging and audiences and that kind of stuff. So going to at least come in here and unify those things. So they're either all chairs or they're all, well, I would think either they're all chairs or they're all podiums. Maybe we'll do some kind of mix between the two. Also the media in here, which website or video is on the wall, and which poster over here is important because this is the stage area. And the stuff outside is definitely just placeholders. This Cyberpunk City GIF, just placeholders. So those will be replaced. So there will be at least those changes coming in the future. Let's jump into web. I believe it is 883. Okay, and we're looking good. You know, I don't think that I want to push it down anymore. Even though there's a little bit of a lip when you walk up. Let me try walking up that and making sure that it's all good. Yeah. Going up the stairs. Nice big area here. Neon is supposed to be a different color. I'll have to make note of that. Nice! Alright. Everything's looking good in web. I don't have to adjust the elevation, and it can be checked out at this URL. I will paste in the other chat. Okay, so anybody can go over there and check it out, see what you think. I need to make some notes about how the brightness is making things look a little weird here, such as that neon over there. But that's probably going to be fixed within the next day or so. And whatever other changes are going to come to this parcel, we shall see. But that's the build for today. Let me get out to the front and get a good... actually, I'll go into photo mode. I'll do that on my computer. And I'll update the photo for this parcel on web. But here we are, chilling on our cube, the brand new building here. And I like it. It's substantial. I was very worried that the part outside of the stage would not look substantial and not look like a building. Sure, some of it's a facade with that arch, that dome, vaulted roof thing over there. That's all solid. You can't go in there. There's no rooms. There's no bathrooms in there. But the structure looks good. Looks like an art studio in the front. We're good. Okay, thank you. Oh, look at the purples. The purples are so good. I'm going to take the screenshot in web, but I'll do that after in the stream here. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. Hope you saw some things in using the builder that you'll be able to take and apply to your own builds. I will say that these arches here, I was inspired by these arches, the big ones, the weird arches, by looking at somebody else's build. Something that somebody else built, and just took that element of it. Oops. Took that element of it and ran with it. Kind of modified it, made it my own. So a couple things that I did show were making that curved radius there. You just rotate, use the grid snap so you can align things to what you rotate later on, and you just make those short little segments along the curve. If you use the same length segment, you get a nice clean radius, like up on top and right there at the bottom. However, if you get weird with the radius and the angles and the length of the segments, then you get what the front of the building here looks like. That irregular shape. That was the big trick for today, and that's something that when you're walking around Somnium, you're going to see that. And maybe the next time you're walking around Somnium, you can have that kind of artist eye when you're critiquing the beauty of everything. Sure, you're enjoying yourself, you're walking around, but now that you've seen, maybe if this was your first time, you've seen what it's like to use the builder, you have more of understanding of what techniques the people use to build the stuff that you see in the world. So now just walking around the world might be able to give you some really good technical approaches. Like, oh, I see how he did that. I'm going to go do that in my build next. Okay, I'll see you all next time. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm SM Sith Lord, and this is twitch.tv/Somnium Space. I am not the only person that streams to this channel. There's all kinds of stuff going down. On the weekends, there's events, there's discos, there's a lot of musical events. There was a freestyling marathon recently. So be sure to click follow on Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you're watching. And I'll see you all next week right here on the same stream. Later on.